Hi everyone, it's Tasha. Welcome back to my channel. You know that I'm always in thrift stores looking to create high-end style home decor for a lot less than retail. And in today's video, I'm exploring a few hot trends in interior design for 2025, like modern cottage and quiet luxury, going over what they are and what you can look for at thrift shops to curate these looks. Come on and join me and let's talk design trends for 2025. So before we get into the trends that I've rounded up for 2025, I have a quick multi-part disclaimer. This isn't all of the trends. This is not a comprehensive list. Some trends contradict each other or overlap each other. In the end, it doesn't really matter. Do what you love in your home. Trends are just for interest, ideas, and inspiration. They are not a barometer of what is good or bad design. Having said that, let's get into the first one. The first trend that I want to talk about for 2025 is modern cottage. Now this one was already a big trend in 2024, but I think it's here to stay for 2025. You might have heard the terms modern cottage or modern charm in relation to interior design, and these are similar terms describing basically a style that is a blend of homey, warm decor, but with a modern twist. Modern cottage embraces the lived-in, welcoming sensibilities found in countryside living, but presents them in a more aspirational and contemporary way. A home well decorated in a modern cottage style is a fabulous balance of detailed pieces that have character and tell a story, and thoughtful modernity. Nothing about this style is cold or sterile. Furnishings and textiles are warm, and accents are interesting and collected. Everything about this style invites you to relax and stay a while and feels really homey, but everything is also thoughtfully curated and focuses on higher-end materials. So for instance, not a lot of plastic and the like in these designs. Designers like Shay McGee and Amber Lewis are creating beautiful homes along the lines of this style, and I'll have a few Instagram accounts that you can follow if you love this style, linked in the description box below. In a modern cottage design, you might pair a very traditional sofa with a very modern lamp, or vice versa. An antique rug would provide wonderful warm contrast to a more modern console or credenza. Clean modern lines could contrast weathered wood, or a vintage painting might be paired with modern abstract art. The goal is to capture the charm of that quintessential cottage and pair it with the simplicity and clean lines of modern design. To thrift with this style in mind, you'll need to keep both sides of that coin in mind. So on one hand, you might look for rustic and reclaimed wood for organic warmth, and artisan accents like bowls, vases, and other collected pottery, as well as vintage decor and family heirlooms, especially rugs and artwork. On the other hand, you would consider constraining these maybe into a neutral or earthy palette with colors like whites, beiges, blacks, and moody blues, greens, or deep rusts. You might look into mixing metals for a more modern touch, especially brass or nickel, alongside matte black. And on top of sourced items, you could try to add foraged greenery and fresh flowers for that extra cottagey vibe. The next trend to note is the rising popularity of richer colors. Now, neutrals are awesome. I love them, and they helped me to turn my home around from a complete hodgepodge to a cohesive space. But now I'm loving adding some deeper, earthy colors to that palette as well, and so are designers. So instead of just browns, creams, white, black, etc., we're seeing adding in some richer and deeper colors into that mix. In particular, burgundy tones and navy tones have been gaining a lot of popularity. Now, adding some rich colors to your decor does not have to mean an overhaul of your whole space. I see lovely photos of whole rooms being color washed in deep colors, but that just isn't for everyone. I'm inspired to look for maybe some earthy accents via textiles like pillows and throw blankets. A few rich colored pillows, throws, hand towels, or accent pieces are all you really need to bring this trend into your home. Something as simple as a bouquet of rich hued florals can bring a lot of pop into a room. And I've shown this trick before, but to change the tone of faux florals from a bright color to a more elevated look that is less saturated, you can use brown paint mixed with water and do what I call a chocolate wash right over the petals. I've done this a few times and it works really great. I love the shade of the resulting florals in this example, and they fit seamlessly with my earthy color palette now, adding richness and interest without the jarring color contrast that more saturated colors can have. Next, let's talk about the rising popularity of mid-toned wood. So lately there's been a notable shift in interior design when it comes to wood tones. While lighter woods like oak and ash have been super popular for a while, especially in flooring and furniture, there is a growing trend toward mid-tone woods, and it looks like this trend is only going to gain more traction in 2025. Mid-toned woods like walnut, chestnut, and even some warm maples are gaining momentum because they offer a cozy, inviting vibe without feeling too dark or too light. These tones have a timeless quality that works in both contemporary spaces and more traditional settings. They're versatile and can add richness to a room without overwhelming it, making them perfect for creating a balanced, grounded atmosphere. What's great about natural wood tones, no matter where they fall on the spectrum though, is that they don't feel too tied to fleeting trends. Sure, certain shades might come in and out of fashion, but as long as the wood feels genuine and natural, it can stay relevant year after year. Light wood is definitely still classic and fresh, and dark woods, when used thoughtfully, have a timeless sophistication. Mid-toned woods in particular just seem to have hit that sweet spot right now, balancing warmth and modern appeal. Personally, I don't like too much dark wood. I prefer a lighter palette, trends or not, with darker accent pieces. So if you've seen the sneak peeks of our new flooring, you notice the flooring we chose is a lighter oak, but you'll also see that our dining room table, for instance, is quite dark, and it's in a dark walnut finish, and I really like those two paired together. Personally, I don't like the very cool gray tones that were popular in the 2010s. The reason I don't like those is mostly because they aren't very realistic for wood, especially the very bluish gray tones that we used to see a lot of. You don't really find wood in that tone in nature, and so for that reason, they sort of scream a particular decade. Whereas any of the more natural wood tones may go in and out of their moments in the spotlight, but honestly, who cares? They will always be timeless. Next, let's talk about an existing trend that is staying, which is quiet luxury. In the early 2020s, we saw a shift in how people approached home decor. So instead of filling a space with mass-produced, trend-driven items, there was this movement toward investing in high-quality, long-lasting pieces that would really stand the test of time. As a result, this one on the list is kind of a cheat because it's not really a trend. It's kind of an anti-trend trend. And it's still going to be going strong in 2025, I think, and not going anywhere anytime soon. So quiet luxury is all about understated elegance. Think timeless, high-quality pieces with a focus on craftsmanship, natural materials, and subtle sophistication. It's a reflection of discerning taste without an overt display of wealth or looking like one is trying too hard. Thrift stores can sometimes be a treasure trove for these sorts of items, offering unique finds that feel special and personal, perfect for creating a home that exudes quiet, understated luxury. To bring the quiet luxury look into your home, pass on anything that is overly fussy. Think natural elements, layered fabrics, and subtle textures. And swap out everyday items with higher quality ones as the opportunity presents itself. For example, you might thrift a set or two of cloth napkins to use at mealtime rather than paper towels or paper napkins. This is one very small change that makes a big difference in the feel of your home, especially mealtimes. And here are 9 more items you might find at thrift shops that could help you achieve that quiet luxury vibe in your home. Number 1, quality wood furniture. Look for solid wood pieces like chests of drawers, buffets, or side tables made from oak, walnut, or teak. The beauty of these older pieces is the craftsmanship and natural wood grain, which often feels much more luxurious than newer mass-produced furniture. A little sanding and refinishing can go a long way to bring out their natural elegance. I scored big time on this solid oak coffee table at Goodwill for only $49 and brought it in line with my color palette by simply sanding it down to the natural wood. It looks like it cost me so much more than $50. Also, leather accents. A vintage leather armchair or leather-bound books can add an air of sophistication without being too flashy. And leather gets better with age, so a well-loved piece can look beautifully worn in and luxurious, especially in warm shades like cognac, deep brown, or black. Number 3, marble or stone decor. So marble furniture pieces might be out of our reach, but we can often find smaller items like marble trays, stone coasters, or even vintage stone sculptures at thrift shops or yard sales. These materials are rich and luxurious, and a marble tray can elevate a simple coffee table or console. Also, sculptural lamps. We can keep our eye out for vintage brass, bronze, or ceramic table lamps with minimalist sculptural designs. A good quality lamp, especially in muted metallic or earthy ceramic, can add a quiet, polished feel to any room. Also find art and antiques at thrift shops. You can sometimes find classic paintings or vintage prints that are understated but full of character. Look for works that have a muted neutral palette or vintage frames in wood or gold leaf. These pieces don't need to be expensive to bring an aura of quiet luxury. It's about finding artwork that feels timeless. Also, always keep your eye out for ceramic or porcelain vases, as well as quality glassware and barware. A set of crystal glassware or vintage barware can bring a little glamour to your home while maintaining an understated luxury. Look for well-made glass pieces with clean, elegant lines and avoid overly decorative or ornate designs. Quality dining ware. We can also often find vintage china or stoneware that has a muted neutral color palette and a simple, elegant design, like this set. Think plain white or maybe cream plates, bowls, or serving pieces with subtle textures. These items can elevate your table setting without drawing too much attention. And lastly, baskets and storage pieces. I always keep my eye out for woven storage baskets or vintage boxes made from high-quality materials like rattan, leather, or wood. These pieces are functional, yet can add a texture and depth to my space while keeping everything organized and chic. I would love to know if you were drawn to any of these styles that I talked about today. Let me know in the comments. And if you'd like to see more of my thrifting and decorating videos in your feed, make sure to hit subscribe. And if you enjoyed today's video, I would really appreciate you clicking the like button too. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you at the next video.